Good morning. Pardon me. Uh-oh, I don't have a drink here with me. Good morning, it's Tracy Daviero here with your VA mentor, and I know I haven't come to you in a couple of weeks. I'm feeling the crunch. I'm not going to lie. I have my VA off on maternity leave, and another VA that I'm going through the hiring process for. So I'm doing interviews and all that kind of stuff, and wrapping up my Earn 50K as a VA program, which has been running for the last 3 months. A wonderful, wonderful program that I'll be doing again in the new year. Earn 50K as a VA. And just kind of getting ready for the holidays too, trying to get ready to be off a little bit for some nice business closed time and family time. And so things have been really crazy, and I'm trying to jam all my calls in the first couple of weeks of December, so that obviously don't have to. I've closed my calendar after today, so yeah. So it's just been really kind of busy, and I know that's no excuse. I should be coming to you like I tell you I'm going to every week, and so I'm actually catching up on a few Facebook Lives this morning, and I do one for my Canadian Association of Virtual Assistants every Friday at 10. And, I'm just kind of going through all the other places that I do them too. And so I wanted to come here and do one for you. And this actually may be a better solution, just to do them one after the other in the various groups that I'm doing them. Anyway, happy to be here. Happy that you're here. If you're joining me on the replay, would love to hear from you as well. And just want to talk about things that are important for new VAs to consider, to think about, to maybe implement into your business, just giving you some new tips every time we come to you, and hopefully making your business better. So today I want to talk about outreach. This is a term that I actually never used until, probably the Get Clients 5-day free challenge that I did in the fall. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time since I did that. I think it was August anyway, so you may have been a part of that. And so one of the things that I tasked people with during that 5-day free challenge, I will also be doing another one of those, don't worry, was outreach, basically. So figuring out what your best services are, figuring out a target market, and then doing some outreach to connect with those people. And what my marketing coach taught me a long time ago is, I guess it's similar to what I'm talking about doing right now, but it's not really the same. And so I've finessed things over the years and that kind of thing. But basically what I task my clients to do is to do research calls in the market of their choice. So, we used to do competitive analysis and all that kind of thing to try to figure out if the market that we were going to be reaching out to was viable. Could they afford us? Were there a lot of them? Were they open to working with the VA and that kind of thing? So really important questions, no doubt. But it was just, it always seemed like we were just kind of going on information rather than speaking with people. And so then the advice was go out and network with people and learn what it is, use their words, learn how they talk about their needs and the support that they need and their business and all this kind of stuff, because we wanted to use their language in the marketing. This is a really huge overview of where I kind of came up with this outreach stuff. And so what I realized over the years is that it's a much easier just to actually talk to people. And I didn't like talking to people whenever I first started my VA business. I was very happy to sit behind my computer, like probably a lot of you are, and never talk to anybody about my business and just hope that it would grow. And I was very clear about, I didn't go to people's offices, I didn't work in person, I didn't, that kind of thing. And it really makes you realize when you're on the other side of all that, because you should get there, you will get there. When you're on the other side of all of that, how much time you wasted sitting behind your computer and not working. And so it's about making decisions in your business and being able to say, this is the way I work. And really, that's the end of it. But we put a lot of emphasis on the fact that we don't want to get out face to face and talk to people. We're introverts. We have all kinds of excuses. But outreach is something that I have found to be a very, very effective tool to build your business. And I'm going to tell you something that is the most important piece of it. I'm going to do something with this in the new year. I'm going to do something with this process because I do think that it's really coming around with more people that I get doing it, and the more feedback I get, I think it's really becoming something that I could, teach really solid stuff around. So anyway, just talking out loud. So outreach, from my perspective, is making your choice, figuring out those best services you can offer, and then choosing a target market. The target market is key. And then pulling together a list of about 5 people to actually contact as research calls. So, sorry, the most important part of it, I distract myself all the time. I need somebody here keeping me on track. So the most important part of this whole outreach thing for VAs is that I have had people who are self-professed or self-proclaimed introverts actually enjoy doing the outreach, okay? And so that is the key to it. And that's why I think that there's really something to be said for it, because it's not just people, sort of stumbling through reaching out to people and talking about business. It's about preparing them in the way that they need to be prepared, and then sending them out on these calls to actually talk to people about business, and they're actually enjoying them. Okay, so that's really important. So the outreach is to, find, I say at least 5 people and talk to them. Not a sales conversation, not a pitch, not in anything, but it's about listening to them, asking them questions about services that they need, support that they'd like to get, or that, that is congruent with the services that you offer in your business. And so the outreach piece of it means that you need to find these people and reach out to them and offer them the opportunity for a no obligation research call with you. And it's been really, really effective, particularly for my group that I'm just finishing up with the Earn 50K program, because they, while they had my help and my sort of, boot to their butt to say, get out and do this. And I'm not going to lie, every single one of them who did it they really enjoyed it. And, some of them were actually getting clients from these research calls, which is not the goal, but it's a really important piece to do, because here's what outreach teaches you. It teaches you that, whether your market is viable. If you're talking to, 1 or 2 people about whether they can afford you or not, you don't get a broad enough idea of whether your rates are out of order, or whether that person is just not, maybe you're not communicating your value in a sales conversation to them, or maybe somebody, just has an issue around money, and as soon as they hear a billable rate, they just start doing math in their head and they forget. So when you're talking to 1 or 2 people, it's really hard to form kind of a generalized opinion. So if you can interview at least 5 people in your chosen market, no obligation, just to get the information that you need, you contact them. LinkedIn is a great way to do this, or Facebook if you're in entrepreneur groups with people, or wherever your people are hanging out. Reach out to people and say, I'm doing some research. I want to add some new services to my business, and I'm looking for people in your particular industry. I'd like to speak to you. Would you be open to that? And a lot of people are. Some people are too busy, and that's okay. You just keep moving on. But being able to get that slice of even 5 people, have 5 really good conversations with people who are in the industry that you're looking to work with, and you'll be able to get a lot of answers to see whether that's going to be a market for you or not. And if it's not, then you can quickly move along and say, okay, artists are not going to be the way to go, or lawyers are not going to be the way to go. Whatever it is that makes sense to you, and whichever the industry is that you're choosing to work with, you can get the answers that you need. And obviously, the more people you talk to, the better it's going to be for you. It's going to be, you're going to get the right information. And you also get more comfortable talking to people, because it is no obligation. You're not trying to talk to them about, and I can do this, and do you need this? And yes, here's my contract, and all the stuff that gives everybody anxiety about talking about business doesn't even exist in these particular calls that I'm talking about. So outreach helps you do 3 things. It helps you to get in touch with more people, right? It forces you to get in touch with more people. If you set an outreach goal of reaching out to 5 people every single week, and that's not even that many, especially if you don't have a lot of clients, you probably have a ton more time than that. I know for me, when I'm doing this kind of thing, I'll reach out to 20 people at once and wait to see who responds. And if they don't respond in the next day, I'll reach out to 20 more people. And then when you get the number of people that you want to have your conversation with, then that's when, you know, you can stop doing the initial outreach. But then you're also starting to build a process into your business. So this is number two. You build a process into your business for outreach and follow-up. So eventually these are going to turn into, well, not eventually, you know, fairly quickly, actually, they're going to turn into sales conversations and relationship building and connections building, as opposed to just research calls, right? So you're building that process into your business as well. And then the third thing is it really, really helps you get comfortable talking about business. One of the things that I think I know we feel as VAs going into networking situations and that kind of thing, is we always feel, many of us feel, I screw these words up all the time because I generalize and say all, but really the numbers are very, very high from the people that I talk to, that many VAs feel inferior to the business people who are in the room, the other business people who are in the room. And that's one of the reasons we call ourselves introverts. And then we say we don't know who we should be talking to in the room, and we wallflower and we do all that kind of stuff. And so it becomes an uncomfortable place to be. It becomes something that we don't want to do. And so outreach, whether you're doing it socially, like over social media, or email, if you know people and you're just emailing them, or if you're doing it in person, it's a tactic to help you not feel that way, right? It helps you to get more comfortable talking about business, because once you start to talk to people about their business and what they need and how you can help them, then you really start to understand that that's what you should be talking about all the time. You shouldn't be talking about being a VA. You should be talking about how you as a VA, as your role in it as a VA, are helping your clients. What do you help them do? And these are the kinds of things I teach, obviously. So those are the things that outreach helps you do. I encourage you to look for opportunities to do that. Obviously, like I say, I've got my 5-day Get Clients free challenge coming up in the new year as well. So I'll be talking to you about more of this kind of stuff. But I really did want to talk about outreach today because, as I say, the Earn 50K program, which is just ending, you know, my people in that group were really surprised at how much they actually ended up enjoying doing the calls and talking to people, and how that's helping to move their business forward, because now they're able to reach out and talk to people about business. They're able to actually reach out to people to build connections, and they're getting clients. So it's just outreach is a really, really good thing. That's it. That's all I got for now. I will be back with you next week. I'm not going to say on Tuesday because I'm not sure how my week is going to shake out, but I will do my level best. And if not, I will definitely come to you by Friday. I may shift all of my lives to Friday. This might be a good thing for me. So, but anyway, I promise you I will see you once more before the holidays. And I hope you have a great week and take care, and we'll see you then. Bye.